Israel Adesanya recently ran into Jon Jones, and it looks like they have squashed their beef.
Well, first Alex. This Jones. Hey, chill, Pat. Bless this king. Bless up, king. Man.
Jon Jones reacted, and on his Instagram he went on to say, "We need more of this. Life is too short to not be able to squash beefs and get along with the homie. It was a real pleasure kicking it with middleweight champion at Stylebender last night. Wish my man nothing but the best moving forward. #respect. Ariel Helwani reacted and tweeted, "The at Stylebender X at Johnny Bones video has really warmed my heart. I've watched it about 20 times. This is the kind of wholesome content we need on any social platform." Paulo Costa recently tried to mock Alex Pereira's takedown defense. He tweeted footage of Dylan Dennis taking Alex Pereira down. He wrote, "Jesus, it's not looking good." Alex Pereira responded back, "With this kind of training, I became champion." Serra on the UFC Unfiltered podcast gave his prediction on who he thinks will win between Alex Volkanovski versus Yair Rodriguez.
Well, I'll tell you what I do care about. The card this weekend. Bang, bang! Yes. Let's talk about it. Alexander Volkanovski versus Yair
Rodriguez. Yeah.
You know, I can't root against someone basically, in that under 5'7" category. Short, stocky, bald, powerful. I am not describing me. I am describing Volkanovski. Well, I'm kind of describing both of us. But it's not about me. Alexander Volkanovski versus Yair Rodriguez. This is the thing. Yair's pretty elusive. He's pretty funky, very funky. But I feel that Volkanovski will not be denied. I just think that he is beyond a complete fighter. He's just well-rounded. He survived Ortega's submission attempts even when they were in deep. He fought.
Yeah, he did.
Everybody. Look at who he's fought, from Max Holloway to
Makhachev.
Yeah, exactly.
And went to decision. It was a great fight. A really close fight.
So everything from submission defense to his stand-up being solid. I'm saying Volkanovski's never looked better. Volkanovski by decision.
Alistair Overeem's management team revealed that he's not retiring and will fight 2 more times. Beyond Kickboxing tweeted, "Alistair Overeem is not retiring." Dutch Combat Sports Outlet Main Event NL has reached out to Overeem's management to confirm that the fighter still wants to compete at least 1 or 2 more times before calling it a day. Anthony Smith on the Believing Me podcast gave his thoughts on Kevin Lee's submission loss to Rinat Fakhretdinov.
Yeah, I was when I was there doing some of the media stuff for the Fight Pass Invitational, the grappling stuff. Kevin Lee was getting his makeup done and doing his photo shoots and all that stuff. And I walked in, and you know what? And I said this to him, like, it made me happy to see Kevin Lee back in a UFC uniform again.
I agree.
It was a nice little. When I walked in, it was just nice to see, like, all right, he's back where he belongs. And he seemed really happy. He seemed like he was in a good mood. His spirits were high. And it's just, I don't know, man, he just got caught. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes. Credit to the referee for noticing that, because it was hard to tell. It was hard to tell. And man, I felt so bad for Kevin when he went down, like, just
he was face down on the canvas asleep for a while. And
I don't know how to quantify that for anyone else to understand. Like, I've never been out in a fight before. I've been I can't imagine what it would feel like in a fight, I guess, like, because I've gone out and practiced like fighting a choke, and you just wait too long and you go out and you wake up and you're super confused. And I would just be so terrible, especially as hard as he worked to get back. He was out of the UFC, and then, he fought outside the UFC. He seemed really excited too. So I just feel I just wanted him to be more successful. If he'd have had a long, drawn-out 3-round battle and it was competitive back and forth,
I know.
Like, all right,
that's way better.
It is.
It's way better. Yeah.
I'm sure he didn't even feel like he got comfortable in there, because it's new. It's different fighting in the UFC than it is anywhere else. So I'm sure it takes a second to get your footing back, and I don't know. That just sucks.
Belal Muhammad on his Instagram gave his honest thoughts on Sean Strickland.
Strickland is soft. I know people like to say that he's this beast or he's crazy because he says this or that and yada, yada, yada. But when it comes down to it, yeah, he spars hard, but sparring is sparring. Sparring isn't a fight. His training partners aren't going in there with the mindset of making it a fight. I think Strickland records it and posts it of him beating up his sparring partners or other UFC guys in sparring. But when it comes to the fight time, he's more safer because he's not that crazy mentality that he's trying to mimic. He is playing it safe. And I know he acts like he doesn't care about this or that, but he does care about winning. And he does care about not getting knocked out. I think people will call him dumb for trying to strike with Pereira, but when have we ever seen him really wrestle besides at 170? At 185, all he does is strike. So I don't think he has wrestling in his back pocket where he could use. He is what he is. Second fight in the UFC is a big factor. It is a big factor. It's a main event, 5 rounds. But like I said, he was on the big stage. He was in PFL's tournament. He did make it to the finals of PFL. When he was in that, he was dominating a lot of these guys. And if you go back and watch the PFL fights, he was very good. When do I think my title fight will be? I'm just waiting for Kobe and Leon to book their fight. It looks like it's taking forever. Both these guys are soft. UFC needs to just like get rid of both of them, put me in there for a title fight with anybody, and I'm ready to go.
Mike is up next year.
Perfect. He's fucking up my workout here.
I'll tell him for you.
Co-main event, Uncle Micah Seuli.
Ooh, here we go. I don't think he's ever weighed anybody this heavy.
399 and a half for Uncle Micah.
Did he say 399 and a half?
Yes, sir.
Let's just call it 400.
Absolutely.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. The official weigh
Live and free on Rumble tomorrow, everybody. I'll see you later, brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man.